Thank you, Irish music. Hello. Hello, one and all. We are back. Lara and I are having a winter escape in December, and we're starting in the little dinky village of Ucles, where they have a monastery here, a castle here. It's quite cold, quite windy, so we're going to go into the village and see if we can get a bit closer to this massive building on the hill. So, since the 12th century, the Order of Santiago, who were tasked with defending Christendom against the Muslims and protecting the pilgrims the way of St. James, have had this big old building as their HQ. Not anymore, of course. It is to be visited, but we're going to see if we can go in a little bit. We haven't got time to do the whole tour. Ahorita, ¿qué te parece beber vermú y alcohol en un monasterio?
Me encanta.
Salud. Lots of old people have come in. By the way, I'm drinking wine from Denominación de Origen Ucles. Just saying. So we didn't go in the monastery, we went in the shop and ate loads of cheese and drank wine. Eddie is gone, 12 o'clock, and now we're going to go into the village and maybe have a coffee. So we're now leaving cute little Ucles, and we're going to head to the main destination for the day and the evening, the very pretty, somewhat isolated town of Cuenca. It's a town which is like not near anything. It's a bit too far for a day trip, but it's a UNESCO wonderland. But more about that when we get there. We arrived at Cuenca. We've parked all the way up at the top where there's amazing views. This is our little apartamento for the night. Ojos de la Mora. I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty nice, I have to say. If this was my flat, look at the size of that TV. And our view. Right, it is our amazing picnic lunch o'clock. Are you excited?
Yes.
Then we'll have proper culture afterwards, but we have apples and sandwiches. And my favourite thing, which Laura hates, an egg. I've gone for a mixed bag of rocket, pepinillo, jamon and cheese and various sauces. Laura has a tortilla sandwich. Anything else in there or just egg?
And tuna.
Ooh,
Tuna
nice.
omelette.
I do a good sandwich. Right, we're heading down into the old town of Cuenca, or we're in the old town of Cuenca. Even though it's all very Catholic-y, Christian looking with convents and churches all over the place, this has a link with Ucles, they are both ostensibly Moorish cities, which were reclaimed as outposts and fortress towns of the Christians. But nowadays, the remains are mostly Catholic Christian. things behind me, that overhang, that's called the casas colgadas, the hanging houses. Some people say casas colgantes, it's colgadas. And this is the thing you're supposed to see, these overhanging balconies looking out across the Huécar River Valley. However, in my 1882 guidebook, written by Richard Ford, they're not mentioned. In the 1901 Baedeker guide, which I have, they're not mentioned. In my 1930s Cook's Guide to Spain and Portugal, they're not mentioned. But if you Google Cuenca, or things to do in Cuenca, the UNESCO World Heritage Site, including the hanging houses, comes out. But that's not what people cared about in the last centuries or before. They cared about things like that. If you could turn around, Lara, you'll see that big bastard monastery. In these guidebooks, they focus on the churches, the Romanic art, the Christian art. The cathedral, which hopefully we'll see maybe today or tomorrow, has a 2-page spread about every friggin' chapel inside. And oh, you must see how they've used jasper and the gold-plated Virgin Mary. Not nowadays. People want to have Instagrammable shots and dramatic views, which I kind of agree with. So that is a hotel. That is UNESCO. Right, our first drink in Cuenca. We're going to try and go to El Grotte, La Gruta, the cave of the Huécar, which is the river. Fancy entry. So there is the wall of rock, and in theory, the Grotte. So we were in the grotto, very cool place, like a winding internal cave bar. It was quite warm in there, and all the tables were set out for food, so we thought, let's just be outside, and it's quite nice in the sun. And we're here with these buildings. You can see up there, Laurita, these buildings up there, we call them the skyscrapers of Cuenca, these old buildings which are houses. On the top side, it's only like 2, maybe 3 floors, but because we're on a hill, it comes out and carries on down, so there's like 6 or 7 floors on this side. Fun fact, and I'm drinking a glass of Ucles red wine. Let me just double check. Pretty good. There's only a handful of wineries around this area, so this is one of like the 3 there are. We're going to have a little glass here because we still have a bit of sunlight. Then we're going to have another drink, and then we're going to have dinner. So sitting here by the river, having seen all these impressive sights so far, I think it's worth mentioning what Richard Ford said in that book from 1882. Population 7,851 only. Cuenca, one of the most picturesque cities in Spain, rivals Ronda and Toledo in natural beauty. The site is most romantic. The artistical objects numerous. The fishing, botany and geology, well deserving notice. The Spaniards will endeavour to dissuade travellers from going to this tumble-down, medieval, unmodernized city. Aquí no hay nada, no tienen nada digno de verse. Let not any of our readers be thus misled, but set forth on this most interesting tour. And earlier Lara was like, bueno, aquí no hay nada, and I'm like, oh my god, look at the countryside around here. This is Asguirre's romanticizing Spain, but 1882, he knew it. Bloody nice place. Laurita dancing in the Plaza de Mangana at the top of Cuenca. Number 2, Edad de Oro. Laurita, we are in a really cool bar called La Edad de Oro with some beers at 6 o'clock. Feels like midnight. Beep, 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 beep. Great. walking through Cuenca. I wonder if there's any Christmas lights, Laura.
Christmas lights.
Oh my god, Christmas lights. There are Christmas lights. Right, we're in Bar Jovi, cool bar, very Englishy, like an old London gin bar. And I've got a Guinness, and Laura's making me do something, which I think leaves it Gen Z.
Kim Kardashian.
I have to split the G, which I think is like, hopefully in one go. I have to get my Guinness down to the line and split that G. Okay, I'm gonna try and do it in one go.
Do it, Loki. Yes!
Split. What do I win?
Just approval of your peers.
Oh, it is tough on a Sunday. We have found a cool place though. Las Brasas. So yeah, as we said, we're gonna get some traditional food. Brasas, and what are brasas, Laura? What are brasas? What an odyssey we've had in choosing our food. So, these guys have brasas, so we had to have some kind of meat, but they seem to be famous for hamburgers, not traditional Spanish. We're doing that. We're gonna have a hamburger. One is made with lamb with toppings, one is made with mature Spanish beef, which sounds amazing as well. But, because we are in Cuenca, we have ordered the Serranos típicos, or traditional conquense dishes. We'll explain more when they come. 3 different kind of smushy dishes, and then a burger. We have 3 traditional dishes. We have pisto, which is essentially like a ratatouille style thing, a vegetable tomatoey soup stew. Morteruelo, which is not dissimilar to a pate in spread form. It's liver based with lots of spices and stuff. It's called morteruelo because you grind it with a mortar. A mortero. And we have ajo arriero, which is a salt cod gloop with egg, garlic, onions. These are traditional kind of sustenance style Manchegan deep countryside foods, which you have with bread, oil, red wine, and a lovely smile on your face. Venga, Laura, my Spanish girl's first time having morteruelo. A ver, vamos a ver qué piensa.
It is nothing like pate.
Morteruelo. Nothing like pate. Lovely, meaty spread. It's hot, like hot pate. Good name for a band. Hot pate. Ajo arriero, the salt cod mixture. Looks like mashed potato.
Is it fishy?
Quite delicate. It's cold and served with egg on top. And then pisto, everyone's favourite pisto. Everyone knows pisto. Viva la Mancha. This is the beef with the barbecue sauce and the cheese, the tomato, and Laura's got the lamb burger with rocket and yumminess. This is my mature aged beef, beautifully cut by Laurita. You can taste the brasas. All right, lamb burger, not very common in Spain. Dessert. Alaju. A-L-A-J-U. Alaju. Arabic word, obviously. Similar to turrón, the guy says. It looks very similar to turrón, which is a classic Spanish sweet at Christmas, but it is more bendy. It's almost like, it reminds you of this kind of Moroccan sweets, or like baklava. Let's have a look. Almonds in it. It's quite good. It's not going to change your life, but it tastes. If you give me a glass of mint tea, I could be in Marrakesh. So we're heading back after quite a nice dinner. I think Laura might might die of hypothermia before we arrive. So it might be -4 this evening.
Subscribe. I know.
We're not finished yet. It might be her last time. All right, we'll see you back at the flat. It's not the end of the video.
Subscribe.
Good morning. And a beautiful morning. Look at the colours and the views. Day 2, we're gonna leave our bags, finish everything with the hotel, and hopefully pop into the cathedral, which we didn't have time for yesterday. Maybe go back down to Bridge. We're gonna have breakfast, hopefully, in that big old convent we saw yesterday. In the shade of the castle ruins, I think we should go up. Time for breakfast in the Parador, like the fancy bitches we are. Laura, do you feel fancy?
I do.
What I like about the Parador is they give you freebies with your coffee, but Laura said I'm not allowed to have it until after my tosta. I was going to go for the old toast and tomato, but we've got toast with a beetroot hummus and chunks of tomato, and because it's Christmas, turkey, a wee bit of very, very lovely turkey, and combo is very nice. That's how I look on New Year's Day. No? So we're finally leaving Cuenca. Literally, it is behind us. And now we're going to do a little stop at a village. What's it called, Laura?
Huete.
Huete. H-U-E-T-E. Have you enjoyed Cuenca?
I've loved it.
Favorite
Love to Cuenca,
favorite
everybody.
things to see if you're a tourist?
Las casas colgantes.
You're probably there. Anything else?
Colgadas.
I really like the cathedral. That was lovely.
Yeah, the cathedral is lovely.
And Bar Jovi.
Yeah.
Go and get a
you
glass
should
of
definitely go
port
there.
wine for €2.50. Right, we'll see you in the next place. Time to get out of Cuenca. Welcome to Huete, Laura. Parked in front of the crumbling majesty of the monastery. Made a fascists out and... Hello, pussycat. Venga. Venga. Do you want to have a little drink in the sun before we leave Huete?
Venga.
Think about life, Laura. Think about the world. Think about Spain. There's always a bar. Bar Serrano in this case. In front of an old palace. Which serves nice cold beer. Which you can have in a little pool of light while eating miscellaneous fried crab. I don't know what that is. Rainbow Bar. Goes to the best. We are in deep Spain. A 12 euro menu. Pretty good. I mean, Laura's like 12 euros out here, it's true. Back in the old days, this would be like 7.50. Inflation. Welcome to the provinces, baby. Go on. Come on. Yes. The finest wines known to man. Tempranillo, young Tempranillo. No, the waiter, the owners come over. Big guy, looks like a Victorian boxer with a limp. And we're both having the same starter, which is a scrambled eggs with young spring onions. And then Laura's gone for lomo, which is the grilled pork loin with chips, and I've gone for a chicken dish, which he said was very good. This is a 12 euro set menu. Bread, litre jug of red wine, probably coffee and a dessert included. Come in. It's healthy. Lomo. Oh, nice. Kind of chicken broth and tomato and cumin? Maybe. Gracias. El chupito para mí. The last thing I've got is something I forgot to order in Cuenca, which is from the Cuenca and Cuenca area. It's a licor. Now in Spain it's very traditional after a big meal to have a little, I don't know, a crema de orujo, which is like Baileys. You might have pacharan, which is a slow gin. And there's one in Cuenca called resoli, but it's actually not a resoli, it's resoli. Resoli, the accent on the end was a brand, and resoli is this drink here. It seems to be basically macerated with what you want. Fruit, cinnamon, coffee, chocolate, anise, whatever, but this is the digestif de rigueur of Cuenca. It's also 16 to 19% alcohol. Oh. That's like a grown-up pacharan. The finish is quite Christmassy, and they often serve this as a traditional piss-up drink, also at Christmas and Semana Santa. That is the end, Laura, of our Cuenca province escape. We did Ucles, we did Cuenca, we did Huete, we did lots of food and drink. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know when the next one will be because it's Christmas time, so...
Oh yes, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Your favourite bit, Laura, what should they do?
They should like and subscribe, and if you want to see more of us, click down below.
And if they don't,
also click.
Happy Christmas, and I hope you get carbon. See you next time.